Welcome to the first episode of In the Streets podcast, where we go and take a deep dive into the streets on everything that's music, sports, fashion, nightlife, and then, of course, the culture. So I'm your host, MTZ the GOAT, aka Chris, aka Sneakerhead, aka Fashionista, aka anything that you want to call me, aka C4. I know there's some people out there that call me C4. I'm a CLB member. Maybe eventually we'll let y'all know what CLB stands for. But that's part of the gang. Like I said, my name is Chris, aka MTZ the GOAT on Instagram. Y'all can go ahead and follow me. But this is In the Streets podcast, where, like I said, we'll take a deep dive into anything that has to do with, let's say, for instance, music. We'll take a deep dive into music, what's hot, what's coming out, whether it's new artists, old artists, who we're waiting on, who you've been anticipating, albums that are dropping, anything like that. I'm going to have people come in that's in the music industry. I'm going to go ahead and interview them. So we'll have different types of interviews within this channel. That's just the breakdown of what we're going to go through. Not only are we going to go through music, but we're also going to go through sports, anything that has to do with Super Bowl, World Series, NBA Finals, all kinds of sports. I have different people in and out, whether they're in the sports community or whether they're part of my crew. There's a few of us in the crew, by the way. There's going to be that you'll see in and out of this podcast. You'll go ahead and see someone like CJ. You'll see Money, Sage, T-Mac, and of course me. And then we'll dive into fashion, whether it's shoes coming out. I'm a big sneakerhead. I'm big into streetwear. I've always wanted to start a podcast or something that's real big into streetwear. So I'm big on that. And then we'll talk about movies. I'll have someone come in. We'll watch all the movies. We'll have a critique. And then, of course, nightlife. We like to go out. Me and the squad like to go out. We like to hang out. But what I wanted to do with In the Streets is not only just a podcast where you just come and you listen. I want it to be a movement. I want it to be an entertainment company. So I want to do In the Streets everything. Eventually, we're going to do In the Streets fashion show, In the Streets shoe event, In the Streets tournaments, basketball tournaments, football tournaments, 7-on-7. In the Streets are going to be hosting everything that you'll see going on. This is going to be a big entertainment company. This is not just going to be you just come and you just watch your podcast. No, I want something big. I want to grow it. And, this is a vision. A little bit of my background. I was born and raised, of course, in Houston. So most of the stuff that we'll talk about is based within our city. We don't want it just to be focused on city. I know us Houstonians are real big on Houston pride, H-Town. We are one of the greatest cities, around, one of the best cities to be around, just because we're so well-rounded. Our nightlife is crazy out here. If you haven't been, I highly, highly recommend you come out to Houston, check out the nightlife, whether you're doing something low-key, something that's hype, a lot of people, a lot of attention. Or if you just want something, if you want to go to a park or you want to just hang out, be scenery, we have murals that we can go look at. There's a whole bunch of different things here in Houston. And also, if you want to come and you want to move out here to start a business or be, whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you're a business person, we have a really good outlet here in Houston where you come and you work and you grind. Houston's a city of grind. Everybody's out here hustling. You can definitely see the fast-paced movement here in Houston. So, yeah, if you haven't been, I highly recommend you come visit, at least visit. If not, move here. I know a lot of people have been moving to Texas, whether it's Austin, Dallas, San Antonio. Texas has been a real hot spot along with Florida. Do I ever see myself moving out of Houston? Probably not, just because I love it here. I was born and raised. It's just everything that I want or need is here in Houston. Unless business-wise something takes me out, the only other state I would probably consider going to would be Florida. Florida's like the only other state I'll go to, only because it's super similar to what we have here in Houston and in Texas. So Florida, maybe like Miami, Fort Lauderdale, something closer to the water. Because I know here in Houston we don't have too much by the water. We have Galveston, but that's not that much to, brag about. But if you've been to Galveston, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, so Houston's the city to be at. It's hot. Everybody, it's been fast paced growing. So it's been growing like crazy out here in Houston. But a little bit more of my background. My parents were both born in Mexico. I was born here in Houston, in Texas. So I'm a second generation immigrant, and I love my background. I love where I came from. I wasn't didn't come from the nicest area, but I didn't come from the worst area either. I've lived in different areas. If you're familiar with Houston, I was in the Bel Air area, Alief. Then I moved to Pearland area. Right now I'm stationed in the Woodlands, and I'm planning on coming back and more into the Houston side because I know Woodlands is a little bit in the outskirts of Houston. But I'm looking to come back on this side, and this is where I came from. I'm like I said, I'm into pop culture. I'm well rounded. I love my sports. I love my music. I love my fashion. So that's why I wanted to. And this is more of the reason why I wanted to do this podcast is because I wanted to have a place, an outlet where people can come, they can listen, they can watch. I'm gonna have some parts of it's gonna be on video. I want y'all to see the fits that I put on. I told you I like to dress up, so y'all gonna be seeing my fits. I'll have different guest speakers. I have fashion designers coming in. I'll have music producers, photographers, people that are in fashion, high end fashion. I want to eventually have athletes come in, upcoming athletes here in Houston. I want to interview them, see where their mindset's at, what they're looking to do, professional wise, and things like that. But like I was saying, I wanted to have a place, an outlet where you can come and you can see everything. It's not just, I'm not one category where it's just nothing but sports or nothing but music, nothing but fashion or nothing but movies, things like that. So I wanted to have something where we can just have a conversation, sit down, and talk about just any topic that's trending, anything that's going on in social media, whether it's Instagram, Twitter. We'll be covering it. Anything that's hot, we'll be talking about it, and we want to hear things from y'all, the audience. I want to hear your feedback. What you want to hear from us? What you want to hear from me? What are the things you're looking for when you're listening to us? Just so that way we can give y'all the content y'all want to hear, the content y'all want, whether you're driving, whether you're watching it, wherever you're listening to this. I want y'all to be able to interact with us and talk to us and, give us the feedback that we're looking to have. That's the main reason why I started In the Streets. And the reason why it's called, a little bit of backstory of In the Streets. One day we're just out and about, going out one night. And I was like, man, we're always in these streets. And it kind of resonated to me. It kind of hit me. I was like, oh wait, in the streets. That's kind of catchy. I say we're in the streets, whether we're doing sports, whether we're talking about music. We're in the streets when we're just out and going out to the club, to the bar, and hanging out. Everything is in the streets nowadays. So I wanna bring the aspect of in the streets to y'all, so that way y'all can experience it that way, and then eventually I can join the movement, join the party like we like to have. Like I said earlier, is our crew's called CLB. We're the CLB boys. Later on, whenever I get a couple of other guys on this channel, you'll see exactly what CLB stands for. But we want y'all to be part of the movement, and we want y'all to be in the streets with us. We're gonna grow this podcast to where we have a huge vision for this podcast. Like I said, it's going to be just an entertainment company overall, not just a regular show that you just listen to. And we're going to branch out. We're going to have all kinds of things. We're going to have all kinds of events. Hopefully, are a long part of the journey. And if y'all have any questions, concerns, feedback, anything like that, y'all are more than happy. You're more than welcome to comment, leave your opinions. We want to hear from everybody, whether you like us, don't like us, what you want us to change, things like that. So that way we're improving every time, and we're gearing it towards y'all. But this is In the Streets podcast, where we're going to cover anything that has to do with music, movies, fashion, sports, nightlife, and the culture. We'll see y'all later, and hope y'all tune in for the next one. See ya. Bye-bye.